So hello my colleagues, and I hope everyone is well. A couple people had questions on homework 5 chapter 9, problems 11 and 12. So let me go over problem 11. Procter & Gamble paid an annual dividend of $2.95 in 2018. You expect Procter & Gamble to increase its dividends by 7.4% per year for the next 5 years through 2023, and thereafter by 2.5% per year. I guess that kind of makes it a perpetuity, right? If the appropriate equity cost of capital for Procter & Gamble is 8.2% per year, use the dividend discount model to estimate its value per share at the end of 2018. All right, so they want to know you got to get the share price, but you need the dividends. Let's do a timeline. First of all, for 2018, right here, they gave that to you. Everyone clear? There it is. I'll tell you. So that was given to you. Okay. So you have that. Now it's going to grow by 7.4% per year for the next 5 years. So you got to multiply this by 7.4%. Okay. And add it to that. So if you take this and multiply it by 1.074, you should get 317. Let me bring up Excel and see if I can get that for you real easy and quick. So let me, sometimes it's hard to drag. All right, so 2.95. So let me put a 2.95 in there. All right, and now I got to shrink this again. I don't know how it got this big. 2.95. And it's going to grow by 7.4%. So I'm going to multiply that. That's D1. I'm going to go in here, look. Equals D1 by 1.074. Let's see what I get. And I get $3.17. So you see what I did? And there it is. So now you got to take this and multiply this by 1.074, and then take this and multiply this by 1.074, and you keep doing that, right, through 2023, okay, right up to here. And after that, it only grows by 2.5% after year 5. So that's right here, okay? And here, and here, and here, and here, and here, and forever, right? Okay. So I want to make sure everyone sees that, all right? And I hope everyone's clear about that. So now we got the dividends. It's a wonderful life. The price per share will be the present value of all future cash flows, right? We all know that by now, right? In this case, we have a 5-year stream of cash flows that grow at 7.4% per year. We all know that. And then in perpetuity of cash flows that grow at 2.5% per year. The approximate formula to use is as follows. Note there are several ways to express this formula. All right, so we have this equation here, and you notice this goes from 1 to 5. We're getting the price of these dividends for 5 years. You see that? But then we got to take this dividend and multiply it by this interest rate, and multiply it by this dividend again, and we're basically, this is a perpetuity, right? We're bringing it back. Here's the cost of capital, and here's the growth rate. All right, where P0 is the current price per share, right? DIVN, right there, is the dividend at year N. RE is the equity cost of capital, right? And that's given, right? Okay. And G is the dividend growth rate after the 5th year. So what was the equity cost of capital? Oh, it's 8.2%. If the appropriate equity cost of capital for Procter & Gamble is 8.2% per year, use the dividend discount model. So here's the 8.2%. So we're taking this equation now, and we're breaking it all down. Look, sum. This means sum. So here's the first year, the second year, the third year, the fourth year, the fifth year. That takes care of this, plus 1 plus this, okay, over here. Here's dividend 6. Everyone see that? Here's dividend 6, RE minus G, times 1 over 1 plus the equity cost of capital to the fifth power. They kind of flipped these two over here. You see that? But anyway, that's it. So when you add up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, you'll get that. And then when you take this component, I believe, you'll get this. So the price of a share is $65.64. This has got to be done in two components. You got to get the first 5 years at the one growth rate, and then you got to get the perpetuity portion. You can see here's the perpetuity portion being brought back to the present at the different growth rate, okay, which is the 2.5%, okay. So here's the 2.5% growth rate for the perpetuity. Everyone see that? That came from there. G, okay? All right, I hope everyone's clear. If you're not, let me know, and I'll go over it further. Now, you can set this up in Microsoft Excel very simply, right? This equation could be put in Excel really simply. Okay, and I believe there was another question on the next problem. I think it's exactly the same, but I'm going to pause this for a minute. All right, so here's the last problem in Chapter 9. And again, it's a Procter & Gamble problem. And here's the dividend. And it's all exactly the same, except they just changed the numbers. 8% for 5 years, and thereafter by 3% per year. If the appropriate equity cost of capital is 8%. So let's look at that again, and you're going to see it's exactly the same. So I'll drag this up. All right, so here is the cash flows for the dividends. Doesn't this equation look familiar? Right? Hold on. Okay, so here is the equation we used in the previous example. Everyone see that? Same exact thing. Here is the cash flows at a different interest rate, right? And here they are doing the same exact thing, plugging it in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then they present value the perpetuity right here. Okay, so this is the perpetuity that they have to present value back. Okay, I'm sloppy with this, huh? All right. So it comes out that the present value is the sum of all this, and then when you do this math, the sum of that. So the price of a share of this stock is $73.56. Okay, and I hope everyone is clear about that. The only hard part is understanding that you had a perpetuity here, a growing perpetuity at 3% per year, I suppose here, right? All right, so anybody has any other questions, let me know. But they were the same exact problems.